It just happened in the middle of the night. I had a very sharp pain in my side.
My last year, I noticed a bump on my leg.
A golf ball on the left side of my neck.
And there was just a huge pain in my arm.
My mom was hugging me and she didn't know what this was, neither did I.
And I was misdiagnosed as having a pinched nerve.
It was kind of a whirlwind sort of a thing where for a while I didn't think it was anything, and it went from being nothing to something very, very quickly.
Came out of the biopsy and he said that you have a very, you have cancer.
Logan was diagnosed with rhabdomyosarcoma at 4 years old.
Sarcoma is a cancer of the connective tissue, things like muscle, fat, nerves, bones, etc. Tumors tend to be very large when they're found because they tend to be deep in the cavities of the body.
It was very rare and very aggressive and very dangerous. And at that point I was just in like shell shock.
It's terrifying to be thrown into a world that you're not sure of, into a world of uncertainty.
I'm a perfect example of someone, even though I'd been in oncology, had never heard of sarcoma before. It's kind of the forgotten cancer.
It was devastating at first, but you know what? Someone has to be strong and someone has to show the little 4-year-old that everything's going to be okay.
I had to go out through a lot of surgeries, CAT scans.
I took him to the park one day and it was maybe after 1 or 2 rounds of chemo and he couldn't climb the slide anymore. That was probably one of the saddest moments.
And for the next 11 months I went through 14 rounds of high dosage chemotherapy.
I was pretty sick throughout most of it, so I didn't really have the time to really comprehend what was happening to me.
I had radiation therapy and I had a surgery to remove the tumor.
The only way to get rid of this is to cut off my arm, right at my shoulder blade. It's either that or me dying.
I was in treatment for about a year of chemotherapy and radiation, and afterwards I was given a stem cell transplant. It was a time where I could barely walk up and down the stairs without losing my breath.
There were times that I wanted to give up, and I just said, I guess I got to keep doing this, I'm not going to stop.
The one thing I always said to Logan, the one motto we lived by was, cancer is something you have, it's not who you are.
I was very, very lucky that I had 2 parents that both were going to be able to help me.
Either my mom and dad would always stay with me every night in the hospital.
My niece Sophia, she was just being born, she was very young, and I wanted to be more than a memory to her.
Medicine now is incredible, and this whole thing to honor Dr. Gorlick, couldn't do it without any of the doctors, any of the hospitals.
Without Dr. Gorlick and his inventive ways, I wouldn't have this little energetic 9-year-old sitting next to me, and I'm extremely grateful for that.
The treatment is there and you're going to get better, and as rough as it gets, there's going to be positive at the end.
The money we raise at this event is critically important for us to fund new and novel, innovative sarcoma research that can have a significant impact for sarcoma patients today and in the future.
Now I'm back playing sports.
We're in Mexico, and I did parasailing, 1,700 feet up in the air, and free floating down, and I landed, no problem.
I play lacrosse, I play football, I play basketball. I might have thought that my arm was going to get amputated, but it didn't, as you can see here.
I'm a super active person. I like going to the gym. I work at a tech startup, which is really fun.
And now I'm glad to say I'm graduating this May, and I cannot be more excited. You can break walls, you can destroy barriers, you can take down cancer, and just never lose hope and faith.